going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings may roll the dice and gamble and potentially move all the way up to find their quarterback of the future, find their talisman, find the guy who's going to lead this team to a dozen Jerome Bardys in the next 10 years, get along swimmingly with Justin Friggin Jefferson, and also replace legend Kirk Cousins. So Kwesi may roll them bones. And right at the top, so yes, Jaden Daniels is fantastic, except I think it will come down to who stands out most for teams. Caleb Williams, the anointed one, better than Mahomes right now, all that stuff, or Drake Maye. And I've said before, I think that there is a shot that Drake Maye, who checks a lot of the boxes physically, he's taller than Caleb Williams, he's got a stronger arm, he's got better mobility. I think that there's a chance that he usurps Caleb Williams and ends up being the number one overall pick. But for the Vikings, I mean, if you move up, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you, Chief. But I think the Vikings certainly could find a way to win with Drake Maye or Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or, hell, Bo Nix or Michael Penix. Don't care. J.J. McCarthy. Over at Pro Football Network, Joe Broback did up a... That sounds like a fake name, man. Like, we're hanging out with Joe Broback. We got some natty ice lemonades. We're having a cookout. 2024 NFL mock draft. Minnesota moves up to get Drake Maye. Quinion Mitchell joins top 5, which Quinion Mitchell's really damn good, man. Top 5? I don't know. But right now, the Vikings are sitting at 11. Oh, but if they lost more games, they could have moved up. Shh. Accept reality on reality's terms. But moving up to 1, I don't think the Bears would do business with the Vikings unless the Vikings significantly paid through the nose. Because, like, say in a vacuum, say that the Falcons want to move up to 1. I think if the Vikings want to leapfrog Atlanta and get up to 1 ahead of them, not only sacrificing 3 spots in the first round, but I think it would probably cost an extra first rounder, maybe a starter. I think that's where we're at right now because of the in-division tax. Because the Bears, for all of their dumb-dumbness, like they do not want to be the team that trades the franchise guy in division to the Vikings. That they have to play twice a year. Don't see that. But this is what Joe wrote. 1, Vikings from the Bears. Drake Maye, quarterback, North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Now, in the trade, he forecasts the Bears get 11, 42, 126, and a 2025 first and second round pick. So 1, 2, and 5, 4, excuse me. And the Vikings get 1 and a 2025 sixth round pick. Woo, woo. All aboard for that. Now, I think that's a little bit light. And even as a Vikings fan, like I would take that trade in a heartbeat. But if the Bears do move from 1, and if they have to go all the way down to 11, this doesn't go up to 11. This goes down to 11. I think that they would want at least 3 first rounders and probably the 2 second rounders at least, especially the in-division tax. But this is what he wrote. There's a growing belief that Minnesota wants to move up in the draft, but at what cost? To get Drake Maye or Caleb Williams, the Vikings give up significant draft capital. How much remains to be seen, but it's likely they'll need more if they trade with Chicago. Maye is a great fit in Minnesota's offense. He has the arm talent to move the ball down the field at all 3 levels, and that's a major crux as to why he's considered a top 2 pick. He'll do well under Kevin O'Connell's tutelage, but Maye also gives the Vikings an aspect they didn't have under Kirk Cousins. One of the biggest gripes with Cousins is his inability to escape pressure frequently. Maye's mobility allows his team to breathe more easily, and now the fan base can wait to see what develops. And, like we said, even though Ryan Poles is just a genius, taking the division, never giving it back, I think that it would cost a little bit more. Now, I think this is more realistic, where say that Caleb Williams goes 1, whether it's the Bears, whether it's a team moving up to go get him. I think that say that Washington or New England isn't enamored with Drake Maye, that the Vikings move up there, but that's an argument for another day. But Drake Maye's a stud, man. Like Caleb Williams gets all the hype. I know that Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, but I feel like Drake Maye is sort of like out of sight, out of mind. North Carolina is a good college football program under Mac Brown 2.0, but it's still a basketball school. And ACC is still kind of forgotten. And yes, Drake Maye did have a better redshirt freshman season than this year, but he's still good, man. But Drake Maye is 21 years young, redshirt sophomore, 6'4", 230, a former 5-star recruit from Charlotte. Now, he didn't really have a choice of where he was going to go. His pops was quarterback for the Tar Heels back in the day. Also, his brothers Luke and Bo played on the UNC basketball team. So, I mean, that's what. How do you like to be 6'4", 230 and you're the runt of the family? It's crazy, man. But his redshirt freshman season where he busted out because he took over from Slinging Sam Howell and was dynamic, man. 43-21 passing, 38 touchdowns, 7 picks. Also ran for 698 yards and 7 touchdowns. Ooh, teammates with Ty Chandler back in 2021. Nailed it. And he was 2022 first team All-ACC, ACC Player of the Year, and it was fantastic. 2023, well, that put him on the draft radar. And frankly, if he would have been able to declare as a redshirt freshman, I think that he may have been the number 1 overall pick. Just imagine the 6'4" guy in Carolina, the kid from Charlotte. That would have been the perfect storyline versus the 5'7" dude from Alabama. Well, from California, but you know what I mean. But 2023 was still good. I think that people knocked him because he set the bar so high as a sophomore, but yeah, losing key weapons certainly hurt. And the Tar Heels had a little bit more of a rough time of it, but 3,608 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 9 picks. Also ran for 450 and 9 touchdowns. So it wasn't like he was bad. It wasn't like he fell off a cliff. And he still saw the traits, and he still saw the accuracy. You saw the arm strength. You saw the mobility. You see the high football IQ. It's all of that, man. Right. So arm strength for days. Like Penix may have the most arm talent. I think just pure arm strength. Drake Maye is certainly up there. He's got accuracy at all 3 levels. He makes NFL throws. He drops it in the bucket. He throws with anticipation. And there's a lot of quarterbacks that come out of college, especially where there's so many things schemed open. There's so much yards after catch, and there's just a big talent gap, even at the big schools where a lot of quarterbacks see it and then throw it, whereas Drake Maye throws with anticipation. He throws it before he sees it, which is important in the league. He's tall with a sturdy frame, mobility plus. Mobility-wise, he's basically Josh Allen, and he does make plays off script. I mean, he does have that killer instinct, but of course, sometimes it comes back and bites him. But moments are not too big. Like when UNC needs a drive, needs a throw, like he's there. He's Johnny on the spot, man. And of course, Kevin O'Connell, who is also like 6'5", 230, also a mobile quarterback, strong arm, never got the time of day. Like I feel like Kevin O'Connell could be like the father of Drake Maye. Not actually, but just like I could have had it, except the coach had it out for me. And in O'Connell's case, the coach is Belichick or something like that. But the Vikings, it will be tough. I mean, if they give up a combination of the first and second this year, I mean, they're not on the clock until day 3 again. And the Vikings have some other needs besides quarterback of the future. And if Kirk Cousins is back, I mean, a guy that's going to sit, and you're not addressing the trenches. Of course, you could do that in free agency, but also eventually the cap does catch up to you, even though but I don't know. Like, I understand that moving all the way up is sort of tempting, but I think it would be a lot more than this, or a lot more than the package that they put together. But it would be something, man. And again, I don't think that the Bears would ever do business with the Vikings because it's a dangerous line. You're playing with friendo of, hey, yes, you could get a haul, but also you could be turning over a future franchise quarterback to a division rival. So I don't know, man, but it certainly is interesting. And if the right guy is there, go make a move, go get your guy. If that's Drake Maye, go ahead, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Minnesota Vikings trading all the way up to 1 in Pro Football Network's mock draft. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.